Hi guys, Happy New Year. I'm just going to create a quick video here now that will just go through the structure of the filing list, the file structure for your DCG assignment submission, and I'll also go through a quick checklist of all the outputs, things you should have. Right, so starting it off, let's say, we're going to use USB sticks, not CDs here, so you should have a USB stick, and on that you should have a bit of masking tape with your exam number on it, okay? So DCG SA 2021 and then in brackets your exam number, okay? If you do not have your exam number by the time the submission date comes, whenever that is, we don't know when it is now at the moment, it's been changed, likely to have been changed because of the confusion with going back to school and COVID, etc. But anyway, just for the moment, you can just put a bit of masking tape on your USB stick that says DCG SA 2021 and then just leave a gap for your exam number, okay? You don't even have to do that now. But now, when you open your USB or CD, you should see one folder, and that folder should have the title in black here, DCG SA 2021, and then your exam number, okay? For the moment, you can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or XXXX or something like that, okay? So that's folder 1. So I would create that, and so when you're doing this, I would suggest you open your memory stick and just set up a new folder and just give it that title there. When you go into that folder, there should be 2 folders, okay? The first folder is called electronic portfolio. So when you create the first folder, okay, go into that and recreate a second folder inside that and call it electronic portfolio. Beside that, create another new folder. We'll get to that in a minute. I just done the animation on my PowerPoint here wrong, and call it, you'll see it in a second anyway, okay? In your electronic portfolio, what you should have is, for ordinary level, and none of you are doing ordinary level, 8 pages max, not including the cover page and reference page. So you guys are going to have 10 pages max, then your cover page and your reference page. So really you should have 12 pages, okay? 12 pages. What that should have is the PDF version of your portfolio. I'll show you how to do that, okay? Your second folder within the DCG SA 2021 should be called SolidWorks files. Within that folder, you're going to set up 2 folders. One is called Part A. That's basically the initial model that you took from on the market. So that's your output 3 and output 4. So within that folder, Part A, you should have your master model skeleton. You should have all your individual part files. You should have your assembly file, which also has your exploded file built into it. See my videos from the 22nd, I think it was, of December. Any decals or any new materials. Now what I mean by that is any new materials. I don't know why I wrote that. So decals. So any decals, make sure they're in there. The e-drawing of your assembly file and your technical drawings, which is your full output for 1 A3 page. Okay, so that's Part A. For Part B, you're going to have the same but for your own design. So it's either the fresh concept design or your modification. So you have to have the master model, you have to have the individual part files, you have to have the assembly with the exploded view built into it, any decals or any new materials. I don't know what I put in there, why I put that there. Again, your e-drawing of the assembly and your technical drawings, they should all go in there. Now, that's all your SolidWorks files in those 2 folders there complete. So this is your model that you chose from the market, output 3 and 4, and this is your own design from output 5, 6, and obviously now it's output 7. Okay, so that's the filing structure broke down. So I'll come back to this one here, the electronic portfolio, how you actually save your PowerPoint as a PDF. I'll just show you now quickly, right? So I'll just come out of this here. So let's say that that's your PowerPoint. Doesn't matter what I have on it. You go to File, Save As, and I would go and I'd locate that folder. So it'll be the very first folder. So I'm just going to pick a folder on the desktop there. I'll just no, in fact, I will create a new folder here. So I'll show you how to create a new folder if you were doing it this way. So you'd go into your USB stick. I'll just go into my own one there. That's all the folders I have in the moment. So I'll just right click on any of them and go to new folder. It's not even letting me do that for some reason. That's weird. So I'll just maybe right click on it there and go to new. Let me see, did I miss that there? No, for some reason it's not there. Anyway, on the memory stick, new folder, and it's going to pop a new folder in that memory stick, and I'm just going to call that DCG SA123456. Okay, so there's, I'll come back out of it. I'm just making a pig's ear of this now. There it is there, DCG. So I'm in the folder. Now we go to the file type and go to PDF and just call it electronic portfolio. Simple as that. Okay, and then just go to save. So if I go into my memory stick now, and where's it gone? DCG SA, there we have it. Electronic portfolio, you can see it's a PDF file. That's all you should have in that. Now what I would say is I would also put in the technical drawings, the PDF version of the technical drawings in here as well, from your output 4 and your output 7. I would have, so all in all I would probably put 3 folders in there altogether. Okay, so not just the electronic portfolio, but I would also put the PDF versions of your output 4 technical drawings and the technical drawings from output 7, so 3 altogether in that. So that's the file structure. If you have any questions, let me know. Now your photorealistic images don't need to be submitted in part A or B. They will be in your portfolio. Okay, now I just noticed there that's just really part B, because there's no, this year there's no photorealistic images for part A required. It's just something they cut off it. Okay, now your checklist. So output 1, it should be in total it should be 3 pages, but this, I have a design research 2 pages, so that's the first 2 pages there. Timeline, if you chose to do one. Your research page, lots of specific examples, images to illustrate your points, primary research as well as secondary research. That's your sketches and photos for primary research. The title of it, your exam number, probably not necessary, and make sure it's part of your PDF, your final PDF. Your third page for output 1 was comparing the 2 models on the market. So your 2 main images with the main images, that's length, width and depth, sorry, main dimensions, length, width and depth. Now it says taps there, this is from a previous year when taps were the thing, the project. So let's just say this year's project is obviously the dashcam, so dashcam chosen also should appear in output 1. Okay, so both of these that are in this output 1 here should also appear up here. Your exam number, don't need it, make sure it's in the PDF final document. 2 is your output, your freehand graphical representation. That's your 1A3 sketch, so have all original images, at least one 3D view, other views such as a detailed view, that's a zoomed in view, elevations, sections, exploded view, etc. Annotations to explain how it works. Definitely have the title on it, definitely have your exam number on this one, and your page scanned into your PDF, which I done for all of you. 3, output 3 is your SolidWorks files, no pages for this, so all your part files, assembly files, one assembly file, and your technical drawings, okay, in your part A folder. Make sure your assembly will open correctly, check on another computer to make sure on multiple computers that it's opening correctly. Make sure you have your e-drawing file there. All your features to be renamed appropriately. That's all your extrudes and cuts and all that. Don't just have extrude 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. They should all be named according to what they are in terms of, you know, cuts, extrudes, but also what part of the model it is. Have your master model skeleton file in there as well. Output 4 is your hard copy from SolidWorks. That's 1 page. That's your technical drawings, orthographic views, dimensions, a rendered 3D view, an exploded view, a section or detail views if required. Definitely have the exam number and a title on it, and that goes in, both of these go into your title block which I've given you. Remember, have the PDF version of it. You have to have it in the actual electronic portfolio, but as I said, I also want you to have it in this, your two output 4 and output 7 technical drawings in here as PDFs. Output 5 is your basically your your design or your design modification. Show where the idea came from, a mood board or some sort of spider diagram brainstorm. 3 to 4 initial design sketches or stages. Design decisions to be justified, so you have to say that I changed this because I went with this because etc. This is my final design because. So you have headings then you have to consider. They're given I think it was environmental impact, aesthetics. I can't remember them from this year, but it was given in the brief. Okay, so you have to kind of talk about them. Your exam number and a title should be on it as well. Output 6 is basically the output 2 version of your own design. Okay, same as that basically. Now output 7 is your SolidWorks of your design. So your part files, your assembly file and your technical drawings. Make sure your assembly opens. Have your e-drawing file there as well. All your features renamed, like over here with output 3. Your master model skeleton file. Detailed orthographic drawings. So that's basically this version here. Your output 4 put in for your own design here. So orthographic views, dimensions, rendered 3D view, exploded view, section view, detailed views, you decide what you want there. Also what you have to have then is the very last thing is your photorealistic images of your own design. That will be the very last page. We can't do that until we're in school because the educational versions that you have of SolidWorks does not have the photorealistic imaging software accessible in it. It has to be done in school. It's one page, it will not take long, and that's it. Okay, so that's your checklist. So final submission, have a title page, a reference page and one single PDF file, as I said, and then your DCG SA 2021 folder or USB stick given to the teacher, and you have a total of 10 pages from all these outputs. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I've spoken long enough there. If you have any questions about anything at all, I'm kind of worried that no one's asking me questions, bar maybe 1 or 2 guys I think have been in contact with me. I'm just kind of worried that you aren't getting on great with this project. Take advantage of the time that we have off now to get this perfected and finished. Any questions, let me know please.